EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. With the sound of the big red siren signals, it is time for football. Today it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here. As it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Arizona Cardinals. Kyle Shanahan on the 49ers sideline. He's got his guys in mid-season form already, an impressive 3-0 start to the year. On the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys ready to feed off the energy in this building as they try to win one in front of the home crowd.
Set to kick off.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Ooh, the juke. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. They're led out by a former number 2 overall pick in the draft from BYU, it's Zach Wilson.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown pass.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
He completes it to Wilson. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. But the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. This 2nd and 4. On the handoff, Benson running right. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. Throw on the right side, complete to Harrison. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Up the middle they go. Archer. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Well, this defense for the Niners, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
The Cardinal passing game dialed in now. 1st down.
And the Cardinals, 1st down.
They go play action with Wilson. Steps away to his left. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there without boots on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found their way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Here's Wilson. The ball away, and it falls incomplete. You look at this Niner defense. This unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass because right now, Charles, number 27 in the NFL.
They're in the bottom 10 in the league. I mean, when you look at their talent, you would think that they'd be much better. Overall, I don't think there's any question you'd have to say that they've underachieved.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. too far. Maybe a yard. That's all. Down to the 2. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Second and goal.
We'll try again. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Trey Benson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Like what we saw right there, good running down near the goal line because that was a really good drive. They were able to possess the ball, have some early success moving it downfield, and then clearly the most important thing, finishing things off with the ball in the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0.
49ers nothing.
A 10-play drive that time. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The Cardinals setting out to kick this one away, and off we go. Good return up past the 30. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And a peek at the man under center. He has 5 full years in the league under his belt, now in year number 6.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 13 carries, 89 yards.
Well, to no one's surprise, he gets an early rep right there, and they've been playing their best ball of the season as they built this winning streak. And that includes the ground game, where he's kept the offense productive and put them in position to win ball games. The question now is, can this defense that he's facing do what others haven't and finally put a stop to this streak?
9 yards. And a 49er first down.
Purdy now to throw. That's complete to Pearson. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
First down, San Francisco.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. The Niners at 3-0 here in the month of September. And they come in on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They'll run with the second-round pick from April's draft. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. From the 25, here's 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. So that flag will set him back 5 yards. They were looking good on second down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8. Back to throw, Purdy. Flushed out right. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Man covers are so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he had an easy lane to hit, and hit it he did.
McCaffrey going to be stopped before he can get moving forward as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Looks like they quit hitting the snooze button on their alarm there. Finally a sign of life from this defense. They've been fairly passive on this opening drive. Now able to stand up on 1st and goal, and they sent that play backwards.
Touchdown 49ers. Ricky Pearsall, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Niners are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. But down here, I thought they were going to hand that off. Instead, a well-designed play and the pitch and catch for the touchdown.
And I wonder who came up with it. Was it a call from the bench? Did the quarterback have a good idea and suggest it? In any event, clearly an effective play call. They saw something they liked in coverage, and they targeted it for the short yardage throw.
And the perfect way to cap their opening drive. Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we are tied 7-7. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Here's Wilson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Wilson smart to take off and run with it as he's able to pick up the first.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
On first down, it's Benson. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Cardinals. Trey Benson with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. Oh, this is blocked. Picked up by the offense. This is a loud ball. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
30 off the play fake. A short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
A yard, all they need, but it's third down.
Get set, get set. 18, watch out.
Purdy looking to throw. And he's caught. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he's going to have the Niners first down. His good running gets him to about the 44.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. Oh, boy, Christian McCaffrey shaken up. So hold everything here as they're going to take a look at it. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Here's 2nd and 3. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, you know they had a 3rd down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
Play action, now Purdy. And his throw here is incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Purdy. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Kendrick Bourne, 32 yards. And the 49ers are an extra point away from taking the lead. The fly route works for the TD Graham.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And this puts him on top by a penny. It's 14-13. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was Kendrick Bourne who was able to cap things off with a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive. and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. The two big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27.
That's another Cardinals first down.
Now it's Wilson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Credit the sack to Fred Warner.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Hook up a 15 yards there. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long. There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
Now it's Wilson. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
At the 49ers 7-yard line.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
The gain of 5 that time gives them the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
They'll run with Benson. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Trey Benson on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Cardinals have retaken the lead. So his big first half continues. His 3rd touchdown already. We'll have to keep watch as this game goes along, how much they want to continue to ride him, because he could be on his way to a record-setting performance. A try here for the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. That time a 9-play drive. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. As San Francisco's offense returns to the field. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they haven't had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. That flag, that'll push him back 5. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now Purdy connects with Kittle underneath. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up second down.
5-yard gain brings up second and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Purdy. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Shotgun now with Purdy. That's over the middle and caught by Pearsall. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes I think cornerbacks can benefit from the fact that quarterbacks might just forget about the idea that they might be near the line of scrimmage. How about the anticipation there, sneaking in and making a big play in the backfield?
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals 33. They give them 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Throwing here, Purdy. Got a man, that's Ayuk. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Good work after the catch, gets him 15 and a first down.
And the 49er first down.
Purdy going to get it to Pearsall on the RPO. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. That leads us to a first and goal. It's a pickup of 8. So there the defense denies the rookie of his potential first career touchdown.
And his first NFL touchdown celebration. I wonder if he's thought about it, if he has something cooked up in his head as he worked out with his team. And
he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Brock Purdy taking it in from 7 yards away. And the 49ers are an extra point away from moving out in front in the final minute of the half.
What an effort there. Sometimes you hold your breath a bit when you see your quarterback diving for the end zone. You don't want him to land on a shoulder wrong or take a big shot. But he looks none the worse for wear here, and that winds up a touchdown.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And that one will give him the lead here as we approach halftime. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. The touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Dances by him. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Well, the Cardinals going to get the football one final time here in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Pass complete there to Harrison. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. From the gun, it's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Wilson. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. it to Wilson. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They had 2 straight first downs, now a gain of 9 to set up 2nd and 1.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. So a tight one so far, 1-point game at the break as we check in with Scott Hansen in our halftime report. Scott.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. This, the first official Sunday of fall, the final week before byes kick in. A full schedule of 16 games on tap. Let's roll. Our trip through the NFL starts now. We begin at MetLife Stadium. The Giants at home to take on the Cowboys in the NFC East. And this is George Pickens. He's going to look in the catch and then look upfield and watch this. 75 yards this one goes. The catch and run for the score. From there, how about we head out to Buffalo? Let's check in on the Bills. They're hosting the Philadelphia Eagles. And it's Jalen Hurts. He gets this one complete. 6-yard touchdown pass. One more to tell you about real quick. It's up in Minneapolis. It's the Vikings hosting the Chicago Bears. And this one, I'm not quite sure what to make of this. And this is a touchdown. The Bears bounce back from the loss in Week 3. They move to 3-1 with the W. With that, time to look at the rest of the action here in Week 4 as we wrap up the first month of the season. In the game you're watching, not much to separate these two sides through 2 quarters. A 1-point game at the half as we send you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So here are the Niners to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
There's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st. Out of the gun, Purdy. That's into the hands of Pearson on the right side. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 5 catches for him in that first half, and that's number 6 that we just saw, and also a 1st down. They'll try to run this one right up the gut. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. The And they move this all the way down to the 9. 79 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. He had his eyes on the end zone once he hit the secondary, but they're finally able to slow him down.
Yeah, and I've got to look at this one from the defensive point of view. You just mentioned finally able to slow him down. They've got to figure out a way to make that at the point of attack, at the line of scrimmage, because once he gets through, he's shredding them.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Purdy will set up to throw it here. Escaping the pressure right. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Brock Purdy, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Niners take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. And the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it was finished off with a 10-yard touchdown scamper. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And he's up past the 20 of the 22-yard line. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the 2nd half. Looking to put a drive together. Here's Wilson to throw. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Nick Bosa. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. The defense, they brought the house. That O-line, they were overwhelmed.
To put it mildly, because they didn't have enough bodies to block all the guys that came at them. Their best move was how they would have been better served. Just turn around and yell, "Look out!" Because here they come.
2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
15 yards on the play. And the Cardinals, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Wilson now off the bootleg. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
An assortment of sacks in this game. This one the product of a good jump and terrific effort. Moves quickly off the snap of the ball. Doesn't let up until he's in the backfield and impacting the quarterback.
They need 18 yards here on 3rd down. Now Wilson. He finds his man complete. That's Wilson. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the 1st. Here comes the Cardinals punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. They go play action here. Purdy. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. And it's knocked away and incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's not locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. 3 yards on the gain. They're going to need to do better on this next play. It'll be 3rd and 12. Purdy now to throw off the play action. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. The first carry here for Jordan James. Now he's able to break to 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. Now 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. Connects with Kittle underneath. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Finding Horn here over the middle. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
It's a gain of 6.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Hands it off out of the gun. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
On the stop. It's a gain of 6. First down, 49ers.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Three quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the 4th and final quarter. Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Purdy now to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Back to throw, Purdy. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
A gain of 11 yards. It's now 4th down.
A big one coming for kicker Eddie Pinheiro. This to make it a 2-score game. The kick by Pinheiro is good. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
After the field goal, on to kick it away is Pinheiro. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Play action. It's Wilson. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. 2nd and 10. Throwing is Wilson. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Cardinals. Marvin Harrison Jr., his first touchdown of the year. And the Cards have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this. I know you are, too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. So here's a big play for the Cardinals as they'll go for 2.
The Cardinals will line up.
They're going to keep it on the ground. But he will not get out here. He's stopped up short of the goal line, and this will remain a 5-point game.
26.
A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that 1st down carry.
Now the ball comes loose. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
Here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. The Cardinals offense and running back Trey Benson headed back onto the field. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Zach Wilson, his second touchdown of the game, his third of the year. And the Cardinals have taken a fourth-quarter lead.
Number one, to understand where your escape hatches are as a quarterback. Here he's looking, but he knows he doesn't want to force anything. So when nothing avails itself, he slips past the rushers, takes it right up the middle, and takes it into the end zone.
All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come.
The Cardinals will line up.
Wilson going to throw for him. And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for two.
Well, that decision to me was all about pulling up the chart. You know, that beautiful chart that tells you when to go for two, when to go for one. I do love it. It helps you with your decision-making during heated times. And you just look at it right here in this point of the game. Go for two. Try and make it a field goal difference.
But now just up one makes the rest of this fourth quarter a little more interesting.
Yeah, they followed the chart. They just didn't get the 2 points on the board, did they?
Nope. The 49ers offense now. They worked their way back onto the field. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And there's so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Purdy looking to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
He's got space past the 25. And finally brought down at the 34-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on third and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. Well, they've got the slim deficit, decided to go for it, hoping to keep the football score and erase that deficit. But, boy, deep in their own territory like that?
Let's just say that with that call, me and the head coach will agree to disagree. All right, but
and look at this. They'll get the turnover they need. It's intercepted. And the Niners are right back in this football game. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
The 49ers ready to set up shop again offensively. A golden opportunity for them now following the interception. They need to try to at least get 3. Obviously, a touchdown puts them in a much more secure position. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. 106 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
He's got this complete to Ayuk on the out route. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
It's second and inches at the 34-yard line.
Now a handoff running through the middle. 7 yards there and a first down.
Partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight one-point game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Play action. Now Purdy. They'll buy some time right. He has Mayer complete.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
And they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Well, they'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Bottom line, 2-yard gain's just not going to cut it in this situation. You've got to move the ball downfield in order to have a chance.
Defense will give them that the rest of the way. Purdy to throw. Open man is born. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Too far for a field goal. They've got to go. It's 4th down. Here's Purdy. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses that are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep. They'll take off time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
We all just got a heck of a show party. This was a close game for a long time. Close at half, close down the stretch. Home team finds a way to get it done. A narrow victory.
Yeah, they finished with a flourish, didn't they? Because there were times where each side looked like they were the better team out there. And the outcome's in doubt for much of this game. Every snap seemingly more important than the previous one. Great effort from the guys visiting. But in the end, how about those guys in their home stadium finding a way to win?
So for Arizona, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
1 month down, and what a month it was. I'm Scott Hansen. Here's your Week 4 edition of the EA Sports Weekly Recap. Lots to get to. We'll begin in Glendale, Arizona. The Cardinals at home to take on the 49ers. And it's Marvin Harrison Jr. He's going to run a deep route, look it in, and he's gone. 71 yards to the house. The Cardinals get back to 500, 2 up, 2 down as they get the victory at home. From there, let's go to Music City, Nashville, Tennessee. Check in on the Titans as they play host to the New England Patriots. And it's Stephon Diggs. He was a tough man to pin down all game long. This, one of his 2 touchdown catches. The Pats are now 4-0. What a first month as they continue to roll. One more to show you. Let's go to Charlotte. It's the Panthers taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And this is Jalen McMillan. He's going to look this one in, and he'll take it from there. 58 yards for the score. The Bucs get it done within the division as they come away with the victory. Until next week, Scott Hansen, good night from Orlando.
Certainly a welcome occurrence for folks in Silicon Valley, and we've got football on a gorgeous day here in Santa Clara as we are situated at Levi's Stadium. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the San Francisco 49ers. On the visitor sideline, there's Bengals head coach Zach Taylor. His guys put together a strong opening month, winning 3 out of 4 to start the year. Opposite him, the Niners' Kyle Shanahan. His guys came up short on the road last week. Now they're trying to turn things around in front of the home crowd here. Strap in. This will be a good one. 2 one-loss teams getting together as they're underway on EA Sports. Oh, able to avoid him. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And leading the charge, we get a look at their 6-year quarterback.
And for how good he is throwing the ball, it's his running that makes him so dangerous. He had a couple of touchdowns on the ground in last week's game, so we'll see what they dial up for him for this one.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. Purdy. Open man, the former Gator. It's Ricky Pearsall. The numbers for him from a week ago. A boatload of catches. 85 yards and a touchdown.
This defense is ranked near the bottom of the league against the pass. You get the sense that he feels like if he gets covered on any call, he's going to be upset. He thinks he should be open on every snap in this game.
On second down, they'll run it here. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. The Niners at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they come in off a disappointment last time out. That put an end to their modest 3-game win streak.
And the key for them, as I see it, tightening things up on defense because the offense did its part. They played well, but defensively.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Shamar Stewart. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. By that time, it looked like he essentially just ran right into the pass rush.
Yeah, partner, I'm not much of an outdoorsman, but the fish jumped right into the net, didn't he? Because you've got to make sure that you're deep enough that you can get around the defensive end, have an angle there. But he couldn't do it because he actually cut that one off. Really nice play coming off the edge.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Throwing here, Purdy. He finds his man, complete. That's Joseph. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Here's Purdy. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. Only able to gain a couple there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Here comes the 49ers punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Here are the Bengals on offense, and here is Joe Burrow ready to lead them at quarterback.
And he's been playing at an elite level here in this early half of the season. Tops in the league in touchdown passes at this point. This is definitely a wide-open offense, and we'll see if he can keep a string of good games going right here.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. Inside the 10. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Dawson Knox, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Outside. Up. 18. Watch out. Up.
Now Purdy. He finds his man, complete. That's Joseph. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
32-yard line.
Get set. Pump. Pump.
Back to throw. Purdy. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. You talk about this Bengals defense. Against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
And those are the kind of plays that this unit needs to make because they know that going against a team of this magnitude and the way that they're playing, they cannot afford to let them get on a roll early. Chip away at their timing.
False start. Offense.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Get set. Get set.
Purdy off the play fake. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Shamar Stewart able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one. Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
Gun. Stop. Curve.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Here we go.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. Nick Bosa with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football, and they'll have a better chance to win again this week.
It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are. But let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. That's complete to Pearson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
That's good for a first and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Watch out!
Here's a give up the middle. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. You talk about this Bengals defense. Against the pass, just numbers that they have at like number 30 in the league right now.
You know, when actors get ready for a scene, they often ask the question, what's my motivation? But what's the motivation of this group? What's their mindset? What's the problem that they have? Will they create an identity that allows them to get better?
After 7-0 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Purdy. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
They go play action here. Purdy. A short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it'll be 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Purdy. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. It's DJ Turner who's got it. And the Bengals are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at the 34.
11.
They defer to Brown to start the drive. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Here we go.
Burrow will throw. That one taken in by T. Higgins. Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. It's a gain of 35.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
11 coming.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown. And some good and some bad. Heck of a job to get away from that first tackler, but still, they're able to drop him behind the line.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
11.
Now Burrow. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. And the 49ers are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
San Francisco set to go on offense once more.
Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first down, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
From the 33, here's second down and 5.
Purdy now to throw.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. It'll be a gain of 5. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. 45 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it and pick up first downs.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Back to throw, Purdy. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Purdy from the gun on 3rd down. He's got a rifle on deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Now, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly. But here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they'd better take advantage of it because otherwise, if they end up losing by 1 score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Give him 9 yards on the 2nd down screen play. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd.
Gun.
This time Burrow will look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now it's Burrow. Completes it again to Dobbs.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Flushed out right. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
Burrow on his toes that time as they get the first down.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
11.
Brings up second and goal.
11.
This is Brown going up the middle. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. So third and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense.
11 empty.
Is in. Touchdown Bengals.
Touchdown, Cincinnati.
Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it and catch it, and he gets it done.
And now it's blocked. It's picked up, a wide ball. There he goes, left side. And all the way into the end zone, and it's 2 points. That is a play that you just do not see very often. Maybe a couple times a year, the blocked extra point return for 2.
You can't afford to give anyone a free run at the kicker. Oftentimes, it's going to bounce off his hands or chest and head the other direction.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Purdy now to throw off the play action.
The first catch of the game for George Kittle. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Out of the gun, Purdy.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
And I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Purdy looking to throw. Pass caught by Pearsall.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Here now, 3rd and a yard. Purdy will look to throw again here. He's got his target. That's complete.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Purdy from the gun.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Joseph. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
Now a 2nd and 2. Throwing here, Purdy. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
This is up and good from Pinheiro. And that will do it for this first half.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. The first month of the season has come and gone. Some early surprises, some early disappointments as well. Let's get into it. Our trip around the NFL starts now. At Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, the Steelers at home to take on the Seahawks in a rematch of Super Bowl 40. And it's Big Pat Freiermuth. One of his 2 touchdown catches in the game coming right here. The Steelers with an important W. They didn't want to start 1-4, and they won't following their victory here. From there, why don't we go to Cleveland? Let's check in on the Browns. They're playing host to the Miami Dolphins. This is Malik Washington. You want instant offense? Try this one on for size. He makes the catch, and then watch him go. It's a catch and run of 86 yards. Touchdown. Lastly, let's go out to Arrowhead. The Chiefs hosting the LA Chargers. And oh, look at Patrick Mahomes. He'll look to get the yards himself on the scramble, and he got those yards and more. Off he goes. And time for one more look at the rest of the scores from around the National Football League. Meanwhile, in our game, it was a competitive, hard-hitting first half. We expect more of the same going forward as we send you back out to the stadium with Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought the first half it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Here we go. Right 80.
Play action. It's Burrow. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third.
On 1, ready?
Third and 10.
Movement there on the offensive line. A little quick, and a 5-yard penalty.
Ball start. Offense.
Of course, that flag accepted, and it backs the ball up 5 yards. This third down just got even more difficult. Third down and 15 after the false start. Here's Burrow. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. The first carry now. This is Williams. Now he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line.
That's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Now it's Burrow. This one swung out to Williams.
Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
And this is off the left upright. And it comes back. It's no good. And this will stay a one-score game as the lead holds at 8. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half.
And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Azeez Ojulari there on the tackle.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Now Purdy. He finds his man complete. It's Joseph. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
3rd down and 1.
Outside. Watch out.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
Watch out.
Purdy connects with Kittle underneath. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They only needed that 1 yard going for it on 4th. I got to be honest, I thought they were going to stay on the ground. They surprised me. Did they surprise you?
I'm with you on that one. I thought they'd find a way to create some type of a power run and try and pick up the first down, but they decided to keep the ball in the hands of the guy who could throw it, and it paid off.
And the decision paid off indeed. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
We got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, are going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Zach Taylor's made the decision. He's going to go ahead and throw out the red challenge flag. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
Get set.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
2 yards on the pickup.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Play action. Now Purdy.
He's going to go down here and sack. They push him back to the 34. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
He already did his primary job with an interception earlier, but here he gets a chance to be a pass rusher and takes on the challenge of blitzing and makes another big play. That's something to file away and maybe break out later in this one or in a future game.
And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
But I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we kept this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Unfortunately, they got to him and forced the fourth down.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
After the field goal, on to kick it away is Pinheiro. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Bengals getting set to go. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They go play action with Burrow. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
1-1, ready?
We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
A good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Niners set to take over on offense. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't want to see the field goal kickers out on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
They'll be going for 6. 62 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Right back to him on 1st down. Got a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 2. Purdy will set up to throw it here. The throw right side here going to be incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Shotgun now with Purdy. That is caught. And he is going to pad the Niners first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Watch out!
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Get set.
Purdy off the play fake. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
Here's Purdy. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Again, it's Purdy to throw it. And he'll let this go deep for Bourne. And this one is incomplete.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
This offense so far on third down, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be third and a mile. He's into space past the 25. And finally down at the 9-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. That reception, it brings him up to the 700 plateau. He's at 700 career NFL catches now.
And that club in baseball, a rather exclusive club, and one we talk about all the time. In football, puts you in the top 50 all-time range. Not so bad either.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal.
Second and goal.
They go play action here. Purdy sliding out of the pocket. Toward the pylon, caught. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a third and goal. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
This defense has not surrendered a touchdown yet. You better believe they're determined not to here on third and goal. They'll try to run this one in. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. No gain on the play, and what to do now on fourth and goal. This defense continues to be good on third down. I mean, they haven't allowed a touchdown offensively. Are you saying, let's go for this? Let's try to get it in the end zone.
I don't know about that because of what you just described. They've been so good, and they don't give up the big play that you would expect in downs 1 through 3. Why should fourth down be any different? True. You might want to go ahead and kick the field goal and see if you can figure out something else in this game.
And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Ricky Pearsall, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the 49ers have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Well, quite the comeback here. They have erased that deficit, pushed themselves out in front now here in this 4th quarter.
Well, this game's kind of felt like a horse race, hasn't it, partner? Because, yeah, the other guys run out to their big lead, but then slowly and surely, they've been creeping up and closing that gap. Now they've stuck ahead in front here late in the game. The finish line's not far away. They need their defense to finish this thing off.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Purdy will throw for it. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
Pinheiro set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. Ready to go on offense. Out come the Bengals. The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. And they need their best drive of the game right here. It's complete to Brown, right side. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up second down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Burrow now off the bootleg. Eluding the pressure right. Still going inside the 20. And down to the 7-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
At the 7-yard line.
Facing second and short, that gives you a chance to go for a bigger play through the air. But I think he said to himself, why not just handle this one? Get all the yards you needed and then some. And made that snap a huge success.
Burrow will throw. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Burrow, his second TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Bengals answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth-quarter lead.
If you're going to play quarterback in the NFL, you've got to have great vision, and you've got to remain calm when things break down in the pocket. Both of those traits are on display there. He surveys the situation, sees the middle of the field open, so he's just going to step up and take it himself. Very well done there.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. Decent return out to the 27-yard line. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
And they've just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
Here's second down. Back to throw, Purdy.
And that is incomplete.
He's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
It makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here? Or is he just off just by a bit?
Oh, that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play.
11
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back over the line of scrimmage. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Here we go, here we go. Right, 80.
Here we go with Burrow. Throw left side complete. That's Brown. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Going for the knockout punch. They'll try and run. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Here we go.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Got a man and he hits him in stride. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Right, 80. Right, shot. Shot.
So offense moving a little too slow there. Could not get set, and they get the penalty. Penalty accepted, and that pushes him back 5.
Here we go, here we go. Right, 80.
The Bengals go down to a knee in the victory formation. So a pressure spot here for Evan McPherson. This will get the lead up to 7. McPherson's kick is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. Well, they got the ball already. They're not going to risk the yardage and running another 4th down. They decline it.
And what was that they taught you in law school, that possession is 9/10 of the law?
I didn't go to law school.
Oh, you didn't? I thought you did. Well, I'm going to give that to you anyway. Possession is 9/10 of the law, and it's 9/10 of this game, too, having the football counts.
You're so litigious. This is 1st and 10.
Get set, get set.
To throw is Purdy. Connects with Kittle underneath. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They'll come up now on 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Purdy to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Purdy with one final shot here. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for Cincinnati, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Niners, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And perhaps fortunately for them, they'll get an early bye next week and come back to action in Week 7. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon.